Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So I'm Anna K, yes, and I haven't been with you for so long, but I'm here today to give you some tips on nursing when you migrate to the UK, or not just nursing, just things in general when you migrate to the UK. So if you want to know first things to do when you just arrived to UK as a migrant, stay tuned and I'll tell you more. Okay. Welcome back to my returning subscribers, and for my first timers, welcome. So I'm Anna K, and again, I give you everything to do with tips about migrating to the UK. I'm a registered nurse, so most of my things are nurse related, but some of them are general. So yes, you can keep having a watch around with the videos. All right, so today we're gonna talk to you about things to do that the first things to do in the first maybe 1 year, like 6 months to a year, even day one when you arrive in the UK. All right, and some things that I've done, some things I haven't, where people say, all right, then do, and I haven't listened, that I wouldn't want you to make the same mistake. So go ahead and do. So first thing first, they do tell you, like the agency that you come with as a registered nurse, tell you that you need to register on a GP. And I find that some people, just by talking to people, people take this very lightly, but it's not something to take lightly because listen, me, you come like your body knows say you're out of your country and you're going somewhere else because almost like problem where you never did have, like all your years, you come here and you realize you start develop this problem, that problem. And to go to the GP, which is the general practitioners, the doctor surgery, is free, guys. So you must register to a GP. So as soon as you come, usually they tell you, even when you're doing your application or through the airport, pick up your BRP in the first 10 days. Try and do that in the first 10 days. You pick up a BRP, go and register to the GP. That's the next thing. So this is two things in one. Pick up your BRP, which is your British resident permit, and register to a GP. So with the permit, you can use that as ID for every little thing you want to do in the UK, right? So open a bank account, all of those things, right? Register on the GP, you're going to need it. So pick up your BRP, register with a GP. So if you throat a scratch you can go on GP. You don't have to sit down and say, oh, you don't want to go because you're going to have to pay. I know that they tell us that we're not entitled to public funds, but going to the GP, that's not public fund like that. You can go, you are entitled to visit your GP. It's just that when you get a prescription, you will have to pay for your prescription. So you won't get it free, like some others that are on certain benefits that are here. You don't get it free. But you can go to your GP and find out whatever the issue is, right? And then you can do and fill a prescription if need be. Or you get a referral to whatever service if need be. You pick up your BRP is another thing as well. Also, like I just mentioned, open a bank account. Of course, you'll get paid in a bank account. So open a bank account. Some companies sort of go in batches to open bank account together for the nurses. If you're not a nurse or whatever, just go and open your bank account. You can open your bank account once you have your British permit, your resident permit. Usually they want like proof of address, but there would be a letter from your hospital to say that you are employed with the hospital and you'll be earning such and such amount. You can take that letter with you and your BRP because that letter will have the address, right? And it just gives a background as to what you're earning for the year and stuff, which the bank will ask you them someday. So that's all covered in that. Right, so you do those. The other thing to bear in mind is what did I say? Collect the register to vote. That's it. So register to vote, guys. With this country, everything is credit check. And when you register to vote, basically you will get credit check for a lot of things. All right. So register to vote, and so it actually increases your credit score apparently. So I never knew this until about over 6 months in. Somebody was saying it's good to register to vote, and I kid you not, as soon as I registered, I mean, it's got its pros and cons because I got people messaging me some random stuff, which I think they were scammers, so be mindful. But also, you do get opportunities. So you find that there's companies that now start to write to you. The fact that you're now on the registered, the voters list. You don't have to vote, just register. And it's not like Jamaica where you register and take a vote and go elsewhere. Well, I can't really swear for these people. Politics is politics everywhere you go, really. But yeah, register to vote, and that actually does increase your credit score. Okay, eventually later, you're going to want to do things, and they're going to be credit checking you. So if you want a loan, if you want to mortgage a house, you want to buy a car, them look at something. And even on the eve of and the backdrop of buying a car, if you're working for the NHS, you do know that there's a scheme with the NHS that can assist you with buying a car. Yeah. So talk to your HR, talk to your relevant people at work. There is a scheme that you can actually access through the NHS that assist you with buying a car as well, guys. So those are some things to know. Also, when you're filling out your application, please note the post office that they said to collect your BRP, right? So, because I think some people run through that visa application when they're doing it and they don't take note of some of these things. But please note the post office, because that is the post office, which should be the nearest post office to your address that you will be collecting your BRP from. Okay. Other thing is discount. You get a whole heap of discount with NHS from all walks of life. Right now, there's so many discounts. Sometimes I go out and use services and I forget that I can get discount. Like yesterday, I go to a restaurant and it's just now that I'm sitting down to do this video. I remember that the restaurant actually used blue lights. I'm not going to get one discount and I never access it because I didn't remember. So you can register to Blue Light, which is this company that provides discount for healthcare workers. You pay like $4.99 for the 2 years. You get a card and you just use that card. Most places, a lot of places use Blue Light discount. You just ask everybody. When we do, we just ask everyone we go. So you just ask people, and you know when you go into the in the organization, in the wherever, restaurant, shops, clothing, wherever, just ask. You only get a yes or no. So access to a lot of discounts, and do use the discounts, guys. ISA account. So there's this ISA savings account that I've been hearing about of recently. Now, I had opened an ISA savings account because I had that account previously and I continued. Only if you know that ISA account only give me like 1 point something% interest off your savings. So now I heard that there's this Bona ISA account and there's other ISA accounts as well. So this Bona ISA account give you 4 point something% off your on top of your savings, providing that you don't draw money more than 3 times for the year. So if you don't make over 3 or more withdrawals, if you don't make over 3 withdrawals for the year, you get 4 point something% on whatever amount that you have in your account. So it's good to open ISA accounts for savings, guys. There's also an ISA apparently for savings if you're going to buy a house. A lot of people buy a house so even soon after them comes, believe it or not. Yes, people buy a house. If you don't have the money now make a UK, there's not make the money. Everybody want to go to America. Actually, people buy a house. I know a friend of mine he's on his second house now. I'm not even there 5 years. Yeah, big up you. You know yourself. I will be doing an interview with him at some point soon as well. We're supposed to arrange it, but we just have not arranged it as yet. But yeah, he's on his second house now and he's not even here 5 years. So you'll be going to buy your house and stuff. And apparently there's this ISA that they help you towards your saving for the house. So for example, if you save up to like, I think them say if you save up to like £4,000 in there, you get £1,000 on it. Yeah, the government give you £1,000 on it. Yes, £1,000 on it. But you have to use it to buy a house. It only can be used to purchase a house. So it's just helping people to get on the property ladder. Yeah. So that's one thing to note. Also, guys, another thing is driving. Now, when you come here, you can use your home driver's license for up to a year. Use it. Renting a car apparently is very easy and straightforward here. I have not done it myself, but me here say a lot of people even stop by car in UK. Enough people are rent car now. So use your driver's license. You can use it up to a year. I've been driving my friends' cars to and fro, now and again, not all the time, but yeah, to and fro. So you can get used to the roads, the road codes, the areas, how they do things. So that when you're ready to apply for your driver's license now and do your theory test or your practical test as well, you're ready to actually drive with your UK license. Maybe a year later, you're actually already used to the road, and even when you're doing your lessons and your tests, you're already used to the road. Yeah. So try and drive, right? If you haven't left your country as yet and you'll come, but you haven't got a light driver's license in your country, try and do your lessons and do your test before you come, so that you can actually just use your driver's license here while you're here for the first year. Now, I'll do another video about applying for the UK, the provisional driver's license, the learners. Yeah, because I did apply for that one. And to be honest, it wasn't as people told me, and it was very straightforward. So I'll do another video, maybe today, maybe another day, about applying for that driver's license. All right, but yeah, apply for your driver's license and try and drive with your home license even before you get your UK license. It's beneficial. Just get used to the road. Especially even if you come from countries that drive on the other side, it's best to get used to the road before you're ready for your lesson, your test. Yeah. Agencies. So some people talk about joining agencies. All right, like I said, remember, so many things I'm telling you I've done already or I haven't done. So I haven't joined an agency for the fact being that I'm not driving and I live in one of the rural areas. So getting to places with on public transport is a little bit challenging for me. So I decided within my own personal self not to join agencies as yet. Some of my colleagues have joined agencies. So if you are up for the stretch, if you're up for the challenge and up for traveling, then of course join agencies. Now, some of the concern is that people say that you can't work more than 20 hours. Outside of your 37.5 in your regular job, you can't work more than 20 hours. Yes, that's true. The Home Office tells you that you cannot work more than 20 hours outside of your cost workplace. So the workplace that sponsor you that you're working, you cannot go outside that and work more than 20 hours. So if you do your agency, maximum 20 hours for the week. All right, so 20 hours for the week maximum if you're doing an agency, which is separate and apart from your current work that you're doing. Right, so bear that in mind. But can I tell you that when you go out to do agencies to work that 20 hours, it's so much more than if you would stay within your organization and work that 20 hours, because agencies pay a heck load of money. Okay? Yes. So you can join agencies. You don't have to wait until they're a year or not. You can actually just join an agency soon after. Like you have to go through, so you have some certain what would I say, no, sign off on certain things, certain skills and stuff, so that you can take those. If they ask you for it, where's your documentation that you're safe to administer medication or whatnot, you can show it to them, but that would be sorted out very soon after you start working anyway. So within a few months, you can actually join agency if you so desire. So your extra shifts doesn't have to be in your hospital that you're working or in your care home that you're working. You can do it with an agency. And then I talk about applying for the learner's license already. I'll do a video on that. All right. So just look out for that other video. Subscribe, click the notification bell, and you will always see videos when I drop them. This file thing, oh my gosh, I heard this lady Nanella talking about this file, and honestly, I wanted to get something, but I didn't know exactly what I wanted to get. So when I saw her with it, I had to basically go and get it. And this is the file, guys. Like, it's awesome. When I say awesome, it's awesome. It's very big. It's got so many divisions, and like you can see, you can actually put your, mine doesn't have like ABC and stuff going, in it like some of them do, but you can actually label your own files as you want, and it's just massive, guys. It's an awesome file. Yeah, it's just awesome. So this is a file, obviously, and yeah, so keep all your documents together, because when time comes for you to apply for your ILR, which is your indefinite leave to remain after 5 years, whatever you're applying for, tax stuff, any little thing. Some people will apply for extension of their visa after 3 years, because some trusts only give 3 years. Then at least everything is there already, and if you have searched on the place, I dig up with this, I dig up with that, everything is in one place, and you just go and just pick it. All right, and just go. So yeah, have yourself a file, put all your documents in one place. If you have different people in your household, your husband, your children, or your wife, put your documents in, like each person have their own little file compiling, so that you're not to stress yourself. All right. Side hustle is another thing. You have a lot of time when you're a nurse in the UK. You have a lot of time on your hands. You only work for the most part 3 days for the week. You do have a lot of time to find some form of side hustling. I do find that there's a lot of people that are involved in investment these days. Get yourself attached to somebody who knows somebody who can explain something to you, or a broker or a financial advisor that can advise you, and find yourself a side hustle. You have a lot of time, so just use that time to, yeah, hustle some money. Why not? I mean, why not do some investments? Yeah, side hustle your investments. I think a lot of people are going into real estate here as well, where UK has got this thing where you can rent to rent. You don't actually have to buy a property to rent it out. You can actually rent a property from a landlord or landlady to rent, and that's a total agreement that is between you and the land person, right? Landlady or landlord. And yeah, it's completely legal and fine and normal to do. A lot of young people are going into that field right now, and people are really benefiting from it. So those are some of the things that I did during the first tenure of me being here. I haven't been here a year as yet, but these are some of the things that I did. Some of them I haven't, but I've been speaking to people. So you network. And also, guys, remember, you join a union. That's another thing. Join a union, a nursing union. If you're not in nursing, join a union somewhere, because this place, they have a lot of work laws. And yes, the workplace do protect you, but sometimes the workplace can be vicious. So you need support. If any little questions you have that you probably don't want to speak to your direct manager about it for whatever the reason, you have your union as your support. And if time comes you get into trouble, yes, you also have your union as your support. Getting into trouble is not the best time to go and seek a union. Try and seek a union before. All right, guys. So those are some of the things that I did or didn't do but heard of, and I think will be beneficial to you when you decide to migrate to the UK, or you might already be in the UK and you haven't done some of these things as yet. Go ahead, knock yourself out. So thanks guys for watching, and remember, like, share, and subscribe, guys. Yeah, help a girl grow our channel. So until next time, peace out. Bye. Bless you.